and I've met with him, I've followed him. He's a very successful, you know, it's sometimes a bit intimidating when you're a speaker and you've got to speak against other people, and the other person you're speaking about is this famous sportsman who still looks fantastic and dresses to a T. But I like the lessons in life that he gives me. One of the things he's excellent in terms of his presentation is the sheer technicality of it. But we've got to be here for something completely different this morning, and that's to speak to us about change management. I'm sure you're going to love it. Let's all give a big round of applause for Rudolf Goosen.
Good morning, everybody. I want to start off by just thanking Cobus there at the back. Cobus, thank you very much this morning. I came in here and it was all over me, like he was in the dark. Can you help me? Can you do something for you? And he actually went out of his way, so thank you very much, Cobus. I really appreciate it. Andre, Sylvia, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And Andre is a big guy. I'm not used to meeting people that's that much bigger than me. But I think the most important thing about Andre is that he's got a massive heart, twice the size of his first calorie. And he's got a world of knowledge and so much to share. He's always willing to help. So thank you. I personally want to say thank you for that. I really appreciate that. You know, today's topic is around change management. And, you know, Les Brown, a speaker which I admire very much, he said once he walked down the street and there was this people sitting on a porch outside a house, and there was a dog laying on the porch. And the dog was moaning and groaning. And he stopped me and asked him, is everything okay? I said, well, what's wrong with the dog? And I said, well, the dog's laying on a nail. So he asked him, why is he not moving? And they said, well, it's not hurting bad enough. And I suppose when it comes to change management or applying change in general, I think you want to lay in bed because it's too cold to get up. You don't want to go to the toilet because you have to expose yourself to the elements of nature, the uncertainty. Today, there are more millionaires in the world than there's ever been. Today, the world is smaller than it's ever been. And the scary thing is tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, it's going to be even smaller. And that's all due to changes. People adapt change and applying that change within. There's a vast variety of changes that you can apply within your business or within yourself. I hear a lot of people own business here. I also see a lot of people that work for companies. But at the end of the day, you are a business unit standing on two legs. Whether you work for somebody, whether you work for yourself, you still have a responsibility to look after yourself and those ones you love. People start business as a result of a gap that they've identified in the marketplace. That's it. I mean, if you look at car salesmen business, I mean, there's a million of them, and they're opening daily. Why is that? Because somebody sits at home and they think, well, I have this experience there, but I'm yet to find this. So if I open this business and I offer this, I capture a segment of the market. And that small element is enough to convince people to invest millions into an opportunity. Not a guarantee, an opportunity. When you started your business, or when you started in your position, you were adamant that you will be the best person in that position, or you will have the best business offering in that segment. And you were confident that people will come and knock your door out of the house to be able to get a piece of your business, to be associated with you. When you started, you had those dreams, you had all those aspirations. By show of hand, how many of you are in your business or in your position for 0 to 10 years? Okay. So you are the has-beens of the world. You're entering an age now where people are superseding you with much lighter opportunities, more flexible. You can either adopt or you can die. Now this boils down to change management. There's a lot of aspects, like I said earlier, around change management. But one of the key areas that I want to focus on change management is the culture that you drive in your organization or in your business. Because that is a key element of change management. How often does your prices change of your suppliers, of yourself, packaging of your suppliers, distribution? It changes daily. But yet, when you look at your business model and your offering and your strategic intent, you stay stagnant. We don't always adapt as quickly. We come up with this idea and we stay there and we hope for the best. Now when times are good, great. When times are not so good, then it's the economy, xenophobic attacks, negativity of people. There's nothing wrong with my business. It's just everything else changed. But is that really the case? Do we understand what is happening around us? Like I said, culture is a big driving force of change management. And when I say culture, it's the way that you drive your department, your business, as well as yourself. How do you ensure that people are happy where they are, including yourself? That you get up in the morning and you sing a song until you get back home. You spend bulk of your time at work, isn't it? I met a lady, that lady there this morning had a birthday, happy birthday, and she was smiling all the time. She was telling me about her business. She's been doing it for many years. Many years. And that's where you want to be. If you don't own a business, I suppose one day you would want to. Who doesn't want to? Or even you want to be the CEO of the company, but you have some aspiration. Now, there's a few ways that you can do that. Is by starting today. Just to understand the culture where you find yourself. I love what this gentleman said earlier. Challenging the status quo. How often do we do that? It is what it is, and you just have to make way with it. We don't swim upstream anymore. So we lose the skills and the abilities to challenge the status quo. Today when I say change management, I'm talking about the internal operation, the leadership, the passion, the culture that you have within you, share with the people around you, or in your business if you own a business. What you want to do is, you want to be in a position to turn that 50-ton truck in a single leg, in a moment's notice. No red tape, no negative intent. You want to be able to move and shift with the times in a correct manner. If you do not apply change management in your business, in your personality, somebody else will do it. By not doing that, other people are entering your marketplace because they see an opportunity. They say, well, you're not doing it, so if I start a business and I do that, then people will come to me. So to be conscious, aware of your ability to adapt your business, your personality, your position which you have at companies, and to diversify and to open that up to all aspects, all possibilities. It's going to ensure that you're going to be here in the next 10 years. You're going to sit here in 10 years, I'll be close to retirement, and I'm going to be 23 years. Am I right? But at the end of the day, that is what will ensure you to be around and be relevant to the marketplace in 10 years. You know, I visited the States a few years ago. If I studied the marketplace, they were at that stage about 15 years ahead of us. So if you look at our market model and the way they do business, and the way we did it back in the day, 15 years ago, it's exactly the same. We still need to get there. I spoke to a gentleman the other day on Facebook, and I'm not mentioning it. Now, by a show of hands, who uses Facebook for their business? Most people. How much time do you spend with Facebook? 3% of the day? 2% of the day? Facebook is the biggest social platform in the world. The second biggest WhatsApp. Over 1 billion users. Now, if you are on the biggest platform in the world, which means that people live there, they live in cyberspace, so to call it. You're there, but you're not present. You're not capturing the next generation. You're not there. You're not connecting. You know, I've been writing a book for the last 3 years, and I was probably all busy for the next 3. But I was working with this idea. Am I going to write this book in paperback, or is it going to be published online? And unfortunately, sad to say, paperbacks are dying breed. Everything is online, everything is alive. But if you're not on Facebook and you're not spending enough time, the gentleman I spoke to, I said, I don't have time to play around with Facebook, and my employees are not allowed to even log on during working hours because I've got a business to run. I've got a business to run. I've got a business to run in the ground. Today I had a brilliant experience at work, and I posted on Facebook, I said, I love the company I work with. I love my manager. They're just amazing. Nothing sounds like testimonials. Nothing. There's the gentleman. So, nothing sounds like testimonials. So I want you to rethink that strategy. Are you really as effective and evolved on the media where people actually live? People live in Facebook. People live in the cyberspace. They want to know what's happening in other people's lives. The other thing is business consultants. When you go to the States, when you go to Europe, business consultants is normal today. You open a business, the bank actually forces you to take a business consultant on board with you. They force you. In South Africa, it's like, now this man wants to, or this lady wants to make money off me. What do they know? What do they know? I would strongly suggest that you get people on board to help you start, manage, and grow your business as part of your change management process. And revisit those strategies all the time. You know, the major, the Fortune 500 companies, they revisit their strategies every 4 months. They sit down for a whole day and they say, are we still on track? Are we still doing what we said our strategic intent will be? What do? If we're lucky, we go to an offshore place, spend 3 days away from the family, scribble a few things on paper, and that's it. And we'll go back and treat it like an ex-girlfriend and put it in the file and forget about it. But we don't revisit our intent, hence we cannot apply to change management. When you are the most clever person in the room, you should leave. It's not always right. You might have a brilliant idea. If people are not open enough to share their feelings and their input around your idea or your proposal, you should leave the room. If your employees or your co-workers or your subordinates below you, if they are not at ease with taking your plans apart and saying, listen, I don't agree with that, I think that's not going to work, except that shit, then you should leave the room. If you propose a plan and everybody agrees with you, you should dismiss all of them. Because it's you, why do you have them? They should be able to talk to you and be open enough to tell you, listen, I don't agree with that, I think it's not going to work. I always say, you've got 4 employees and all 4 agree with you, you might as well fire 3. Because you don't need them. That's part of change management, allowing people to be part of your business. Changing the culture from a telling to an asking culture. I wrote a poem, and I want to leave you with this. Keep in mind that you are a business unit on your own. Whether you work for somebody or you have your own company, you're still a business unit on your own. You still produce an income. As a company or as an individual, whether you work for somebody or not. But I want to leave you with a poem. What's your surname? Townsend. Beautiful surname. Dear Mrs. Townsend, it's me, your business. I want to thank you for giving me birth. I want to thank you for thinking of me. before anybody else on earth. I want to thank him for allowing me to grow and be the best and not leaving me like the rest. Thank you for sticking with me through the good and the bad. You truly are the best friend I've ever had. Nurturing me when I had the economic flu. And today, I'm grown up and I can look after you. Thank you very much.